Okay. All right. What we have here is all right, let's see here. Let me come back here and kind of get this worked out. Where's my glove? You know what? I haven't been wearing my glove. Let me go get my glove. I'm sorry. I apologize to y'all. Sometimes I forget it. And I shouldn't forget it, but I do sometimes. Old man like me getting forgetful about things. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's bring a lot of this stuff down, especially this dress. Bring it down. And let's go ahead and start bringing our feet back. And we can go ahead and come in the middle here and start just kind of, our feet are going to have to come back. Shoes are going to have to come back even further. But this helps a lot to get things done. And back here, of course, it's going to have to come down. Now, on the bandsaw, I could have cut, and I could have done it. I could have cut a notch in my shoes here, but I just didn't do it. It's all right. Not a big deal. I can do it with a knife. And as you can see from the side, of course, these shoes are way too big. They have to come down. They have to. So they have to just come down. All right. Now, as we look, as we bring our piece down here, the dress, as we say, you want to have room for the hand stuff, so we're bringing the dress down. Just sort of like this. There we go. And of course bringing the dress down here. These are saw mark. Well, actually, these are wood marks that from the wood. Bring all that down, and we'll cut that even a little bit deeper. That's just to get the hand, you know, the way we want it. We're gonna bring that down. Down some more. Now the little bonnet, of course, is pretty much self-explanatory. It's pretty simple. Like I said, the Amish clothes are not anything designed to show off. So we have they're really not a lot of problem to carve in a lot of ways, because they are not they're not stylish people, and there's a reason for that. You've talked about that. In other words, most of the time the women wear bonnets, and the men wear black pants, and it's just so there's nothing really stylish at all about your Amish people. Very, very religious people. Very, very moral people. There is a interesting factor that I explained one time before, that when the child gets 16 years of age, I believe, then they have a chance to kind of go out into the world and sow their wild oats, and that is to make a decision on whether they are want to stay with the Amish people or not. I don't know a whole lot about it. My aunt told me about this. We're going to come back here and cut this like we did last time. My aunt told me about it. It's sort of a lot of girls today have what's called Sweet 16 parties, and where it's kind of like they're coming out, they're starting to get to a point where they're starting to be kind of an adult. Now 16 is not an adult, but they only have like a couple of years, because 18 is an adult, and so, but they don't do have where a girl goes out and kind of sows her wild oats. But I think it's that the Amish are trying to see whether this person is wanting to stay with the world or stay with the Amish, and what I understand is that most kids continue to go with the Amish people. I don't know. I really don't. So, I don't know a whole lot about that. I'm going to need to read up on that a little bit. But I have great respect for the Amish people. They're very moral people. They try to live their lives. I know they're conscientious objectors. They don't go to war. They don't believe in war. I think the Amish were introduced to the world a lot when a movie called Witness was brought about. It was a movie with Harrison Ford where he was a cop, where a young Amish boy had had witnessed a murder, and he went undercover in the Amish community to save the boy's life. So they became, the Amish at that time became very well known in that sense. They're a very clannish community, and beautiful furniture makers. Beautiful. These they do everything by hand, and so I know I've seen some of their furniture that they built. And they are craftsmen from the word go. I'll tell you that right now. Beautiful, beautiful wooden furniture that that's how a lot of them make money. The Amish community, they grow food and make things. If you go to Amish stores and everywhere, you know, you can find a lot of things that they do, and everything is done by hand, and that's quite impressive to a lot of people, and it's impressive to anybody. But the Amish have a very rich history. They've been around for a long time. Now, don't get them confused with the Mormons. The Mormons are totally different. Or the Mennonites. The Mennonites, I don't know a lot about the Mennonites. They're like the Mormons. They dress a lot like them. But there's a few things that I think they can drive a car, where the Mormons do not drive automobiles. That you can imagine a child that has been raised in a Mormon community all their life. I mean, even though they might go out and find the world enticing and stuff, they're probably going to stay with they're probably going to stay with their where they grew up in most of the time. Okay, looking good, looking real good here. Just sort of getting some things straightened here. Okay. We're gonna cut this in here. This is the elbow in here that we and we're gonna cut down here, right here, and we're just gonna remove this as a thing that we're doing to bring the hand out. Let's put it like that. In such a way and we might put maybe some little flowers or something in her hand. I don't know, we'll see what we're gonna do. We got to get these shoes back. You see, we're way too thick on these shoes. They have to all come back from the back and from the front. These shoes are just going to kind of go across them like that. As you can see from the side, you know, they're way too big. Way too big. So we just got to remove a lot of wood off these shoes to bring, and I remove it from the back more because the back is where you can do that. I hope this series of videos has been helpful to you. Now, once again, I can't send you the patterns because these do belong to the book of Ron Ransom, and you must get his book. And like I said, you can go on eBay, or you can go on Amazon. Amazon sells the used books for, I think I saw this book for about $5. And it's called Ron Ransom Carves the Amish Family. And I never try to give out any pattern. Now there was a guy that asked for a pattern by they had by the great carver Andy Anderson, in other words, and I had a pattern by him, and of course Andy Anderson's been dead for 50, 60 years, so I didn't feel that would be his family. He has no family. I checked. They're just receiving any royalties from his books. And in fact, you can't even find them in print anymore. You can't find Andy Anderson's books in print. Okay. Now we're going to kind of cut into here. Cut into here a little bit. And we're going to come back here and we're just going to bring this bonnet forward a little bit. It's still way too big. And when we get the first part, this is going to have to come down a little bit too. And we're going to do that. There we go. Make it a little bit better. Now, what we want to do is start designing her clothes a little bit. Let me get my... Now, what we're doing... I'm sorry. We have a... I've got to put something on this. Okay. Her clothes basically come down sort of a clothes comes like this, where we're going to cut her skirt and stuff, and we cut this right here where the arm is a different, it's like a man, I wish I knew women's clothes. But it comes like that, and then the arm is a different, which we're going to bring that down quite a bit right in here. In other words, put inside her. Cut a deep little thing in there where the hand sort of sticks in. And we also will come that shoulder down. It will, the same thing will be here. It will come across and down like this, in other words. Okay. And then this is, you come from the inside of the thing here, and then her skirt comes down like that. Okay. Okay, let me cut the back of this too. See, we sort of come up through here and come up through there like that. And see, now we're getting the shoes the way we want them. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking real good. Okay, let's come forward with this bonnet once again. And okay, I want to make this a little bit deeper in here. Cut that a little bit deeper in there so that comes forward a little bit. And if you look at the hand, the arm, of course, it is way too big. So we're going to have to thin that up in here. And then we kind of come in here and we cut this little thing where the arm is. In other words, sort of like that. We just sort of bring all that down in there where the arm is not so big, because a woman's arm is not to be that huge unless she's a weightlifter. Okay. Now let's come up here, thin this up a little bit in here where the dress comes in here. Okay, I think my time is up. I need to go ahead and in this video. It's getting long, so we're going to come back and we're going to try to finish this little Amish woman up. God bless you now. Okay.